Is it possible that Tupac and Biggie's infamous rap beef was just a misunderstanding blown out of proportion? In the heart of the 90s, the hip-hop world was shaken by a feud that would become legendary. The rivalry between Tupac Shakur, known as Tupac, and Christopher Wallace, known as the Notorious Big, or simply Biggie. Their story begins not with animosity, but friendship. Both rising stars in the rap scene, they shared a mutual respect and camaraderie.
I wreck shit. What the fuck you expected? A fly guy? Well, fuck it. I'm the high guy. From Bed-Stuy putting the swelling on your eye. Your nose even. When I choke you, you stop breathing. When police come, I'm leaving. Peace and love. Here we go.
Nigga, what you want? What you want, nigga? Nigga, what you want? What you want, nigga? Nigga, what you want? Nigga, fuck what you want? Nigga, what you want?
Fuck around and feel the fury of a high nigga. When I get busy, throw your hands in the sky, nigga. I got the illness of the ill mentality. Niggas be grabbing me, knowing that they'd rather be stabbing me. All up in my bag, trying to take my trap. When I used to sell crack, I ain't had problems like that. Street rules,
watch your pockets and your jewels.
A nigga front throw the cat to the fool. Tear don't affect me. I hit him with the tech G. Disrespect me, my potency is deadly. What's the venom? My lips get chapped and then my hands start swelling. Right. Keep the 9mm by the Peter. Right. Kill a motherfucker, don't the damn feel sweeter. Oh, let my head hurt. The blood squirt. The robbery experts berserk. What you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga? What you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga?
Nigga, what you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga?
Nigga, what you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga? What you want,
What you want, nigga?
Nigga, what you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga?
What you want, nigga?
Bullshit. B.I.G. Motherfucker. I want everybody to shut the party.
Yeah, yo, go ahead to the motherfucking air. For my nigga Big, the brother guns in the air. Yeah, G's, yeah. Where the G's at the gangsta bitch. Yeah.
But as their fame grew, so did the tension. A series of unfortunate events fueled by media and industry manipulation sparked a feud that would divide the hip-hop community into East and West. This rivalry had such a profound impact that it forever changed the course of hip-hop, leaving us to wonder, what if things had gone differently?
The East Coast, West Coast thing got big because it sold records, you know what I mean, because it sold magazines, because it helped ratings for TV and radio. I mean, a lot of it was about money as far as I'm concerned.
The media.
The media.
Media.
The media.
Media.
The media.
The media.
The media. The media.
Fuck the media.
Fuck the media.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
Fuck the TV.
Fuck the media.
Your Vibe magazine, when you see Puff and Biggie on the cover and see East versus West, niggas in the hood don't read articles. They just see East versus West. Oh, it's on.
It's on.
When I see them niggas, it's on.
I think Vibe gets a lot of heat for that one, because it was such a, you remember that, what that cover looked like. And I think a lot of the people who probably worked at Vibe at that time still to this day feel kind of like, you know, but Vibe wasn't the only people calling that beef that. Everybody was.
And it was crazy. It was just a crazy time. And I might say now, you know, I regret the media's role and stuff like this, but we really didn't realize how deep we were into this. I mean, if I'm only in my 30s now, I was in my 20s like most of us. You know what I'm saying? We were all kids documenting this thing. We're not even clear who we are, and we're dealing with this dominant youth culture of the day, and it's taking this very violent turn. It's this thing called East Coast, West Coast. We've never seen anything like this before. And we're just literally swept into it. It was insane, you know? There was no way to know where it was going. No way.
You know, like with the Biggie and Tupac battle, you know, there was a lot of people that was not checking to see if Pac had outrun Biggie. They were checking to see who could win in a physical confrontation, whose camps could win if the two met up with one another.
Now that we've set the stage, let's dive deeper into the strengths of each rapper. Tupac was more than just a rapper. He was a poet, a revolutionary, a voice for the voiceless. His music was a reflection of the struggles and triumphs that defined his life, and it resonated with people across the globe, creating a legacy that remains influential to this day. Of Tupac's most notable strengths was his lyrical creativity. He had a unique ability to weave intricate narratives and paint vivid pictures with his words. His rhymes were thought-provoking, filled with potent metaphors and clever wordplay that drew listeners into his world. He was a master storyteller, and his songs were the chapters of his life's novel. Tupac was also a voice of social consciousness. He used his music as a platform to address the issues that plagued his community, from poverty and racism to police brutality and systemic inequality. His songs like Brenda's Got a Baby and Changes are prime examples of his commitment to shedding light on the harsh realities of life in the inner city, he just rapping about these issues. He was sparking dialogue and challenging listeners to think critically about society. And then there was his delivery, raw and unfiltered. Tupac poured his heart and soul into every verse. He had a knack for conveying emotion in a way that few others could. Whether he was expressing anger, sadness, or hope, you could feel the raw emotion in his voice, making his music not just heard, but felt. This connection, combined with his lyrical prowess and social consciousness, made Tupac an artist of unparalleled depth and complexity. Beyond his music, Tupac was also a charismatic figure. Magnetic personality, combined with his passion for social justice and his relentless pursuit of his craft, made him an icon in the world of hip-hop and beyond. No doubt about it, Tupac was a force to be reckoned with. But what about Biggie? Biggie Smalls, also known as the Notorious Big, was a master storyteller, a king of flow, and a lyrical genius. These are not just mere words of flattery, but an authentic representation of the talent that Biggie possessed. Let's begin with his storytelling prowess. Biggie had an uncanny ability to paint vivid pictures with his words, transporting listeners into his world. His narratives were not just mere recounts of events, rather, they were deep dives into the human experience filled with raw emotion and intricate detail. Stories like Juicy and Things Done Changed are prime examples of his storytelling mastery, each lyric a brushstroke on the canvas of life. Next, we delve into his unique flow. Biggie's flow was like a jazz musician's improvisation, unpredictable yet perfectly timed. He could switch from a slow, deliberate pace to a rapid-fire delivery in a heartbeat, all without missing a beat. His flow wasn't just about speed though, it was about rhythm, about the way his words danced over the beat, each syllable a step in a choreographed routine. This made his music not just enjoyable to the ear, but also a marvel to analyze. And then there's Biggie's knack for creating catchy hooks. While some may dismiss this as a minor skill, it's actually a crucial aspect of hip-hop. A catchy hook can turn a good song into a great one, transforming it from a mere track into an anthem. Biggie was a master of this, crafting hooks that were not only memorable, but also perfectly encapsulated the essence of the song. From Hypnotized to Juicy, his hooks are still being recited and celebrated today. Lastly, we cannot forget Biggie's lyrical genius. His lyrics were a blend of street wisdom and poetic prowess, filled with clever wordplay and deep metaphors. He had a way with words that was simply unparalleled, turning ordinary phrases into profound statements. Biggie's skills were undeniable, but how did these two greats stack up against each other? Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this legendary beef and uncover the nuances that made it one of the most iconic rivalries in hip-hop history. The Tupac vs. Biggie debate is a complex one with no clear winner. As we've navigated the complex waters of this iconic rap beef, we've uncovered unique strengths in both rappers and their undeniable impact on hip-hop culture. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Tupac Shakur, known to us as Tupac, emerged on the scene as a beacon of raw emotion and social commentary. His lyrics were a reflection of the struggles he faced, painting a vivid picture of life in the urban American landscape. His ability to connect with listeners on an emotional level, coupled with his intense delivery, made him a force to be reckoned with. On the other hand, we delved into the world of Christopher Wallace, better known as Biggie Smalls or the Notorious Big. His strength lay in his storytelling prowess. His intricate wordplay, combined with the vivid imagery he conjured, made his music a captivating journey. Biggie's smooth flow and charismatic delivery were equally as impactful, cementing his status as one of the greatest to ever touch a microphone. The Tupac vs. Biggie rivalry was about more than just two rappers going toe-to-toe. It represented a divide in the hip-hop community, symbolizing the East Coast-West Coast rivalry which was prevalent during the 90s. This feud, however, did not overshadow their respective talents and contributions to the genre. In the end, it's not about who won or lost the beef, but rather about appreciating the artistry and influence of these two giants of rap. They have left us with a rich legacy of music that continues to inspire and influence artists today. Their impact on hip-hop is undisputed, and their status as legends in the game is well-deserved. So, who do you think won the rap beef? Tupac or Biggie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, respect the debate, respect the culture, and most importantly, respect each other. Let's journey back in time to trace the origins of the historic feud between Tupac and Biggie. This was not a rivalry that erupted overnight. Instead, it was a slow kindling of animosity nurtured by a sequence of events and misunderstandings. Our begins at Quad Studios,
Profound. They see people think it's realer than what they think.
People think I just got out of jail and was like, just because I got shot on the East Coast, I'm like, fuck the East Coast.
Yeah,
no,
no.
Half the rappers from the East Coast was there when I got shot. Nobody knew a thing. That's just like you come into the hood and the police ask them what happened, and everybody's like, I don't know. You know they lying. And all I was doing was like, give me my proper etiquette. If Biggie was out here on the West Coast, he was in the studio with me and we homeboys, and he got shot, no, I wouldn't tell him who did it, but he would want, I wouldn't go ride on the niggas who did it, but he would want to know who did it. Then I'd be like, look, man, these niggas from Watts did it. Boom, this is why. They want to talk to you. When. That's how I do it. Just like when the niggas from the 60s wanted to get a trench. I went to them personally and talked to them. I do it by the rules of etiquette. So I got shot. I'm like, yo, what happened? Come see me in jail. Biggie all in the air to my Parker's my homeboy Woom, but not seeing me. My homeboy Stretch is going to Biggie's concerts. Niggas is like abandoning me. But all in the air and on TV, they like, yeah, Pop, rest, you know, keep the struggle on. I was like, yo, I'm starting to turn into like Slick Rick. Niggas is just gonna act like I'm gonna just be in jail and they gonna give me shout outs and try to take my position. And if you watch, that's what Biggie did. When the niggas tried to rob me, which is all they wanted to do, I knew what they told me. That's what they was telling me. Pop, they was sending me messages through my closest road dog saying, Pop, why did you fight them? They was just coming to take your shit. But I wasn't letting nobody take my shit, and I was strapped that day. That's what I couldn't put in the bottle. I had two double Glocks on me. And when I pulled for my shit, that's when I got shot. And the reason I knew my homeboys set me up is because my homeboys knew I was strapped. The dudes came straight for me. My homeboys is behind the niggas. Like, they running for sway. My homeboys behind the niggas, and they didn't do nothing. They knew I was strapped. All they had to do was grab the nigga, and I could have bust. But they got guns, so these niggas are coming for me, and these niggas just sitting there. And they say, get, and these niggas drop to the floor. I knew it was a setup. Nobody come downstairs to after them shot.
And then after you shot, now after you shot, you went up there, they looked at you like you was a ghost?
Yo, when I walked upstairs, Sway, on everything I love, I seen it in their eyes. I could never describe this look until you get shot and you see it yourself. Niggas looked at me like this. I walked out the elevator, because I walked out the elevator, I didn't know I was shot in my head or nothing. I wasn't, they said in the vibe interview, I was acting like I was in a movie. What they really trying to say is this nigga is raw. I got shot 5 times, came upstairs, did not know I had got shot 5 times. I thought I only got shot once.
As far as that vibe interview, just read everything over and read my reply, read their reply, read what people say. Everybody that was there knows what happened.
I mean, my recollection of the story was I was shooting a video, the second half of Warning, which is on the B side of Big Papa. And I was shooting that around the block. And I heard my man was up at the studio doing a Junior Mafia session. So I got off at the reception area and I saw Andre and Little Sean. So I saw him saying, what's up to me? I'm about to get on the elevator. And he comes out shot.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
As soon as he comes out shot, me and my man, we try to sit him down. He called his mom. He asked my man if he could roll him a blunt. You know what I'm saying? We asked him if he's all right. He's just like, yeah, I'm all right, I don't know what's going on. And we just there trying to comfort him. Andre Harrell went and made sure he was calling the ambulance. And I mean, everybody that was there was very supportive of him. It was just the total opposite. As soon as he came out, everybody ran towards him. It was nothing but love and concern.
They got different accounts of what happened, and I'm the one with the bullet wounds.
I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, your mind is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation, so it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
I was there for the whole thing. No one else was there for the whole thing.
I don't really know the purpose of why the story was said in another way of context.
It's not important that other people know what happened to me. I just said it. Now that I said it, it's dead. You can believe me or not believe me. I did what I had to do.
I mean, God knows the truth.
There's no religion about getting shot. I'm not trying to get any converts.
In the November of 1994, Tupac fell victim to an ambush, surviving being shot 5 times. This incident, however, caused a deep emotional wound. Tupac began to suspect that Biggie, who was his friend then, and others in the East Coast rap scene, had it a play in the ambush.
We're in the studio recording. I'm smoking a blunt on the terrace with Nino Brown. I seen Tupac walking down the block. I yelled for him because I knew him. I've been hanging out with him. I called his name. He looked up, asked who it was. I told him it was me. He was like, "Lil C's, that's you?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What you doing?" He said, "I'm coming up where y'all at." And we was on the side block. The studio was on the main block. So I was telling him to come to the corner and come around, and I'm going to come downstairs to come get you. I go in the room and I tell Big, "Yo, Big, Pac is downstairs." He was like, "Yo, go grab him for me. I'm going to go get him." I get in the elevator with Nino. Before I can get down there, Nino already heard this. Nino heard some pops go off before we even got downstairs. He asked me, "Did I hear that?" I'm like, "I don't hear shit." Because I just wanted to smoke weed with Tupac, because I know he had some good Cali weed. And when I got downstairs, a bunch of grown-ass men was like laid on the floor. Like while the door was open and they laid out on the floor. I'm thinking they playing, because we would play like that sometimes. And before I could step out the elevator, 2 dudes came from both sides, pointed guns at me and Nino, told us to get back in the elevator. I got back in the elevator, went upstairs and told Big, "Yo, Big, Pac and them downstairs getting robbed." He thought I was lying at first. I said, "I'm dead serious." He got up and told all the little guys, "Y'all stay here, don't move, I'll be back." Big wound up staying down there for about 15, 20 minutes, and we started getting nervous for him, and all of us just started going downstairs. And every time we go downstairs, the police was already down there. You see his bandana, you see blood, and they were saying he got shot in his head, and we need everybody to come outside and get everybody information. And they took us outside, took all our information, and then they brought him out on a stretcher and put him in the hospital joint, and that was the last time. That was the last time we actually saw him.
Yo, is it true that Biggie warned Tupac about, hanging out with certain people before the Quad Studios incident?
Yeah. Not like warn. It's nothing to warn. He was out there already doing stuff and shooting films, but Big was just telling him, like, New York is a little different from Cali. Just be on, just be on point about your surroundings, and people that may be around. We was only around Tupac when we was around him. Sometimes other people may come around, we'll peel off. Or Big will be like, "Yo, nah, handle your business with your peoples, and when you finish, or tomorrow hit me up, we'll come get up with you," type of thing. Yeah, but Big was just letting him know about just the whole mentality of just New York here, like, what I'm saying, like, yo, just be on point, and just watch yourself and be safe, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, Big would tell anybody that. We was hoping somebody would tell us that if we in LA, like, "Yo, dog, if you ain't with me, be on point, look out for this and look out for that." Yeah, Big was being a friend to him, for sure.
And Tupac, he was hanging out with, like, Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack at that time, right?
I don't know. I never saw him with him, but from the word, yeah, definitely. From what we know.
Tupac, man, he did an interview in '96 with Sway before he died, man, and he said that Biggie didn't come see him in prison. How you feel about him saying that?
I think around that time he was already skeptical after the Quad thing, so I don't think Biggie could have came to see you, so I don't really understand or know that side. But after he got shot, Biggie did go to the hospital to go take him something that he left. And that was the last time Biggie saw him. And that's when all the other speculation started to happen, where he was saying he thought he may think we knew what happened to him, but we got something to do with it. All that stuff started happening. So how would Biggie even get a chance to go see him? Or, and his family was very protective of him at that time, his people. So I don't know how he could have even got the opportunity to see him. But Big definitely tried to reach out and try to, see what was going on and talk to the man, but the man didn't, he didn't want to talk. Or it wasn't, I don't even think it was that. I think after that happened to him, he went right to jail. After he got released from the hospital, he went to court and got found guilty and went to jail. So I would think it was just no opportunity for them to really reconcile or talk about anything. We didn't get a chance to even make that happen, because he literally went to jail like right after that.
And Tupac, man, he actually made some more comments in that interview he did with Sway, man. He said that Biggie didn't warn him about what was going to happen at Quad Studios, because Tupac, he felt like Biggie knew that he was going to get robbed at Quad Studios. And Tupac, he also said in that Sway interview that Biggie wouldn't tell him who did it, because Tupac, he felt like you know, Biggie knew who, you know, shot him and robbed him at Quad, but Biggie wouldn't tell him. He said that he asked Biggie, and Biggie refused to tell him who was behind him getting shot and
do that make sense to how you just asked me that? If you're saying that Biggie didn't come see him or tell him that, how would he ask Biggie that if Biggie didn't come see you or talk to you, or you went to jail right after that? So I don't. How did that make sense? Why would? First of all, we didn't know he was coming to the studio, so we didn't know he was coming there. I just happened to see him there, and I'm like, this is our homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come upstairs, come fuck with us. Not knowing he was already coming there to do a song with somebody that we didn't know or know about. You know what I mean? I was just acknowledging him because that was our partner at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, yo, Big, pop downstairs. I'm going to go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's the homeboy. I'm going to come bring him upstairs with us so we can chop it up and kick it. Not knowing that he was already scheduled, he was already coming there. None of us knew that. You know what I mean? It was just a really coincidence on the fly. Like, I just see him, oh shit, yo, Pop, come on. Yo, I'm going to come downstairs and come get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't even know, like, where the confusion come from, because nobody knew you was coming there. You know, Quad Studios got a bunch of studio rooms in there on different floors. So we didn't know he was coming there. I was just acknowledging him because that was our homeboy. And I was letting him know we was here. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, yo, we up here. I'm going to come downstairs and come get you. Come hang out. Not knowing he was coming there to work with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know that. So we didn't know that was going to happen to him. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had no idea at all. But I know he got shot more than once from what we know. But I don't know. I heard he got shot once. I heard he got shot 3 times. I heard he got shot 5 times. At this point, after 25 years, you will never know the truth. So I don't know.
That I was the truest nigga involved with Biggie's success. I was the biggest help. I was the truest nigga. I don't write his rhymes, but he know how much he borrowed from me. He know how I used to stop my shows and let him touch the show. Let him blow up and do his whole show in the middle of my show. How I used to buy him shit and give him shit and never ask for it back. How I used to share. How I used to share my experiences in the game and my lessons and my rules and my knowledge on the game with him. You know what I mean? He owed me more. He owed me more than to turn his head and act like he didn't know niggas was about to blow my fucking head off. He knew. That's what I'm talking about. And then, if that's cool, if he disappeared, be a fucking mouse. Be a mouse. If you are a mouse, be a mouse. But for me to know, like, 3 weeks ago this happened, and then 3 weeks later your album's coming out, and you are fucking done in your album. But you don't know who shot me in your fucking hometown. This nigga's from your neighborhood. And I gotta find out by myself, and I don't even call myself a Dom, just a capo from the west side, and I'm on the east side in jail, and I know who touched me, and I know everything that happened. That's power. And he didn't know, so he was faking. And I was mad about that. And then I'm out of jail, and I couldn't believe that everybody was treating Biggie like the biggest fucking star in the world. I couldn't believe that people was buying into the player image. And I wanted to bring back that reality. You know what I mean? It's just like, nobody can never be confused and think I'm fucking Mike Tyson and I'm a heavyweight champion. I'm a little nigga. That's why it's so raw to watch me just battle lions, because I'm a little skinny nigga battling niggas 3 times my size. But Biggie is not a player. He's never been. He's never had bitches until he got some fucking money. That's a trick. That's not a player. It's not a pop-up. So my point was to prove him wrong. I took everything that he glamorized and I personified it. Right. I said it in the beginning that I was going to take these niggas out the game, and sure enough, I will. Already people can't look at Biggie and not laugh. I took every piece of his power.
Heard that shit.
All I want to do is take them to where I was when they didn't want to support me. And there will be no support. And anybody that try to help them, I will destroy. Whether it's whoever it is, I will destroy. And that's what I'm doing. Everybody that try to side with him or do a record with him or try to unify with him, I'm going to destroy. I swear to God. Can't nobody touch me right now. Maybe next month all of this will be over. But this month, I'm taking every moving target out. Because this is a very personal thing for me. And I feel like people should have gave me my respect. Y'all know I was not like this before. I did not attack people. I was not on no East Coast, West Coast. I was the major bridge between the East Coast and the West Coast.
Between you and Biggie was like, who rules the nigga kingdom and shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is like a fucking election. It's an election.
It is that.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Biggie's situation is smaller than that. Me and Biggie's situation is like some mob shit. Like, they're the boss. When I was in jail, Bad Boy, Puffy was the crown fucking Don. Even though Suge as big as he was and Snoop at that point, they just with 2 million sales, they took the whole shit.
The issue escalated with the release of Biggie's Who Shot Ya? Despite Biggie's insistence that the song was recorded prior to the shooting and was not a retaliation against Tupac, the timing couldn't have been more provocative.
Who shot ya? Separate the weak from the opsa. Leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on.
Your label drop a song, Who Shot Ya? Who the fuck is supposed to be about, bruh?
Tupac perceived this as a direct mockery.
But Puffy, who wanted to take advantage of Pac being, you know, in a bad situation, he's the one that said, put it out now. Instead of thinking about the consequences that can come with it. Because a lot of these music execs, they don't care about lives. You know what I mean? They don't really care about saving lives and stopping people from killing each other. As long as it's going to bring them money, they want to do it. So it seemed like for me, Puffy used a way to say, okay, Pac got shot. Even though this can stir up controversy, even though it can take people lives, or people might lose lives, but I'm going to get rich. Put it out. I don't think Biggie, you know what I mean, purposely went in the studio and did that song and say, put it out, hurry up, you know what I mean? From what it seemed, from everybody was around, they say he been recorded that, you know, but it was bad timing. You know what I mean? It was bad timing. You know, I think he should have said, nah, Puffy, I don't think it's, you know, Pac, my friend, I don't think he might look at it like we dissing him. Let's not put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think the issue is when they recorded it, because I believe it too. I believe they recorded that song before Tupac got shot at Quad. But the whole point is y'all released it after Tupac got shot and stuff. Y'all knew what y'all was doing.
It definitely was a strategy. They definitely knew what they was doing. You know what I mean? They definitely try to take advantage of somebody's downfall. And that's probably was the beginning. You know, so when people blame Pac, he did this, they want to start the blame at Hit 'Em Up. But you can't blame the war. It didn't start at Hit 'Em Up. It started when Pac got shot and they released Who Shot Ya? You understand? So they have to take some accountability because they knew releasing that song going to stir up controversy. And I really believe Puffy did it. I don't really, you know, I think Biggie was just an artist. You know what I mean? I don't know if he came to Puff and said, you know, if you're an artist and you from the streets and you want money, and Puffy said, I'm telling you, man, put this song out right now, you might see your first big check. Most likely you're going to say, okay, man, you know what I mean? But they did that for money, and they didn't really care about if people lose lives over that.
And Tupac, he was really heated over that Who Shot Ya? He really felt the type of way about them releasing that. Yeah,
because, you know, back then, a lot of New York rappers, they used to diss people, you know, strategically. They used to diss people, what we call it? What is it? Metaphorically. Back then, it wasn't no straight up using your name. They would send subliminal messages in their rap. East Coast rappers was known for that. So if you just got shot and all of a sudden a song called Who Shot Ya? And it's talking about a robbery and a shot, and Pac being a paranoid individual, you know, automatically he's going to say, okay, this is, you know, Biggie in the studio. You know what I mean? Well, and then they released this song. Something is not, hold on. That's why Pac started saying, well, I think Biggie had something to do with it. I think Pac, because you did that, you know what I mean? And everything was coming at him too fast. He didn't really get, you know, to really see, you know, to really step back and say, now let me step back. Let me go take a trip to Hawaii for 1 month after I get out of prison, and let me just think and re-strategize. Then he gets shot. And then the song come out, it seemed like it's describing the way he got shot. I think that's what really ignited everything.
Pushed to his limits, Tupac retorted with Hit 'Em Up, a stinging diss track centering around Biggie and his cohorts. Hit 'Em Up was raw, it was ruthless, and it served as a definitive turning point in the feud, cranking up the tension to an unprecedented level. The track not only fueled the feud between Tupac and Biggie, but also deepened the schism between the East Coast and West Coast scenes. This set the stage for the tragic events that followed in the subsequent years. Hit 'Em Up became a landmark moment in hip-hop history, altering the course of the genre forever.
Biggie, remember when I used to let you sleep on the couch and beg a bitch to let you sleep in the house?
Like when we had got hit with Hit 'Em Up, I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we're not gonna respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt if we respond, you know. And so I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but you know, I could understand that perspective because Tupac hit us with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to that. You know, we were actually like, like throwing people's turntables. A DJ would play that. We would just end the party and just
take that off.
No, we would take the turntable. We would take your turntables. You played Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying? That's how cold that thing hurt to this day. You know what I'm saying? And then when Jay-Z, I know Jay-Z and Nas, they friends, but that's if you hear Ether coming out the joint, I still feel a way. I mean, I never felt the way with Hit 'Em Up. You know what I'm saying? I never felt a way with it because I really laughed at it the way I was portrayed in the video. I saw the fun in it, but you know, I'm not gonna play it at my birthday party.
Right? Yeah.
So as we revisit this monumental rivalry, let's acknowledge that it was not just a spat between two artists. It was a complex chain of incidents, misunderstandings, and intense emotions that reshaped the world of hip-hop. As we delve deeper into this historic feud, it's crucial to comprehend that the animosity wasn't confined to just Tupac and Biggie. Instead, it expanded, involving their respective record labels, Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records. The contention between these two music outfits was as fierce as the personal enmity between Tupac and Biggie, and in many instances, it was the catalyst for the feud. On one end was Death Row Records, Tupac's abode, under the helm of the contentious Suge Knight. In contrast, on the other end was Bad Boy Records, sheltering Biggie, and under the charismatic leadership of Sean Diddy Combs. The 90s saw these two record labels as the titans of the hip-hop industry, with Death Row and Bad Boy personifying the West Coast and the East Coast respectively. Those at the forefront of these labels, particularly Knight and Combs, are thought to have been instrumental in igniting the feud. Knight, notorious for his belligerent strategies, is suspected to have fanned the flames of the feud. Combs, although more business-oriented, was no less competitive. When Tupac launched the diss track Hit 'Em Up, it sent shockwaves beyond just Biggie. It was a proclamation of war against Bad Boy Records. The track's repercussions were phenomenal. It not only escalated the feud but also exacerbated the schism between East Coast and West Coast hip-hop. Therefore, as we untangle this intricate narrative, bear in mind that the competition between the labels compounded the complexity of the Tupac versus Biggie feud. It was more than a confrontation between two artists. It was a clash between two record labels, two coasts, and a power struggle within the hip-hop industry. We will subsequently examine how this rivalry manifested in the music and public personas of these key players. Following the release of Hit 'Em Up, the rap landscape changed dramatically. Music was no longer just a form of expression or entertainment. It became a battlefield. Each new song, each lyric penned down, was a weapon, a strategic move in the ongoing war between East Coast and West Coast.
I know that Biggie and Puffy are here tonight. Did you see them? Do you have anything to say to them at all?
Nah, but even if we saw them, we are businessmen. We are not animals. It's not like we're gonna see them and rush them and jump on them. If they see us and they want drama, we're gonna definitely bring it like only Death Row could bring it. But we here as businessmen to enjoy and
support the
Video Music Awards for MTV because they support us. So if they want to come and use this business opportunity to get on some gangster, you know, we do that better than anybody.
Can you envision a day when, you know, y'all, if not get together and make an album, just peacefully coexist?
There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy, or none of them. We're not sweating it like that.
This is our
we,
family.
We peacefully coexist right now because we all cool. Everybody's here. They sell records. We sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records. What they do, we sell large amounts of records, and they sell a few records. And really, it's no competition. People are really making too much out of it than it is.
The feud between Tupac and Biggie wasn't just personal, it was embedded in their music. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up was just the beginning. What followed was a series of diss tracks, each more scathing than the other. Biggie, in retaliation, released Who Shot Ya?, a track that was taken as a direct response to Tupac's accusations. The songs were not just about the artists anymore, they represented their respective record labels and coasts. Each track became a symbol, a declaration of loyalty to either Death Row or Bad Boy, West Coast or East Coast. Fans were forced to choose sides, and the music industry was split down the middle. The feud spilled over to award shows, interviews, and public appearances, further fueling the fire. The impact of this rivalry was so profound that it still resonates within the hip-hop community, shaping its culture and history. The music of Tupac and Biggie wasn't just about their personal experiences. It was a reflection of a larger narrative, a narrative of rivalry, power, and territoriality. As we navigate through this intricate saga, it's important to remember that their music was more than just a soundtrack to their feud. It was the feud itself, how their rivalry shaped their music, and, in turn, the entire hip-hop landscape. So, who do you think won the rap beef? Tupac or Biggie? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, respect the debate, respect the culture, and most importantly, respect each other.